So what does codependency mean to you? How would you begin to define it? Based on the information that I have given you in the last two videos, if you have identified yourself as a codependent person or having some of the traits that I described in yourself or in your relationship, would you want to do something about it? Hi everyone, this is Natasha, and I am here to help you help yourself or to assist you to help yourself. And from video number 3 onwards, we are moving towards the road to recovery. So now you may think, what's wrong with me? Why do I need recovery? The person who I'm dealing with needs recovery. Of course, they also do. But at the same time, if you have been too attached or too much into someone else's life, you also need to get hold of yourself and get back to who you originally are. And that is all about the power of being you, where you have completely, lost your identity or are beginning to lose your identity for someone, just thinking that you are going to be able to save them from the problems that they already are in. They already are in a set of issues, maybe, and the issues that they are in may or may not be directly connected to you, but you are so attached and vested right now that you're making it yours. Now here, I'm not in this video or anywhere else, even in my private practice, I'm not here to tell you that you are wrong, okay? The people who are identified as codependents are one of the most kind and benevolent souls. But the issue is that how much of your kindness is what you are vesting into someone else's life by wanting to change them and making it a subtle control rather than being there for them in detachment. And that's what we are going to speak about today in brief, that detachment. So now, what do you mean by attachment and detachment? Before we get into that, I want you to pause the video, get a paper or a journal that you have, and if you have identified, where are you in the story? If you have identified a person or a situation or a set of people, as I said, it's not only about romantic relationships, it's about any relationship where you find yourself stuck or where you find yourself too attached and not having the freedom or option to even breathe. Just pause the video and write down everything about the person, everything about the situation that you both or quite a few of you are in. And I want you to read your feelings. Once you're done, write as many like sentences, paragraph, pointers, whatever suits you. And I want you to read that once you're done. Read it to yourself as if someone else has written to you, from a third person's point of view, from a neutral point of view. And this is the beginning of detachment. So now when I say that we must practice detachment, I'm not saying that you need to leave that person, or I am not advocating here that you will stop caring or, having gratitude, nothing of that sort. Detachment is detaching you from the agony of involvement in that person's life way too much that not only the person whom you identified as drowning, you are also beginning to drown with them. So how do you save someone? If you yourself, for example, if someone is drowning, if you yourself have jumped into the deep sea without even knowing to swim, but thinking that if something is going to happen to this person, okay, I need to save them, or how will I live without them? That is too much of attachment and codependency. But rather, if you stand at the shore, okay, and if you know swimming, grab a life jacket, just jump, help that person, or just reach out for help. Who else can help here? What else can help here? What other resources do you have that can be of help here? That is detachment. Detachment never means stop caring. It means that take a step back And you can even do that practice right now. You can just close your eyes and literally take a step back from the situation that you are dealing with. So every time where you feel too involved, every time where you feel that it's a dead end, I'm doing so much, every time you have been experiencing the symptoms of burnout or fatigue, it's time to detach. And mainly in therapy, whenever I am dealing with such situations and the person has identified them as the person who is codependent instead of the one whom they are caring for or the one whom they have thought is responsible for the entire situation, there's a great deal of compassion. And that entire moment is filled with compassion because you know that you've been trying too hard. You know that you need a little of the kindness that you had all that you're directing outside for yourself also. And that moment of realization, that moment of epiphany, that moment of compassion is the point where you begin to change. And a lot of my clients in therapy ask me that, is it possible to change? Can I change? Will all of this ever change? And I just have one answer for all of them. And my answer is yes. And yes, when you begin to take that necessary steps to detach first, detaching from the outcome, detaching from controlling that situation, detaching from deciding of what is good for the other person, rather help them choose. It is always and always rewarding when you begin to empower yourself and empower the people involved rather than helping and doing something for them. When you think that you want to help the person, it means that the other person is incapable of making any decisions of any kind. And if they are so incapable, are you going to burn out so much that even you are not there in their lives in the capacity that you are there now? So when again I come back to the word detachment, okay, look at it from a very objective way. It means that you are living in the present moment, living in the here and now, more capable, more aware, more alert, and active from your mind and your body, and in the capacity that you can now have a greater impact on the other person when you are not being needy and clingy. Because if you are here to save someone who is not even taking responsibility of their own lives, you are just going to be tired. And in the end, it shouldn't be like, as I said, the characteristics of codependence are so benevolent that it shouldn't feel that you one day feel that I didn't try enough, I didn't do enough, something is wrong with me. And that road is very difficult to come back. So now, how do we practice detachment? What do we do? I'll take you through a very small exercise of detachment. I want you to just close your eyes and get into a posture, either by sitting on a chair or lying down comfortably. And with your eyes closed, I want you to take 3 deep lung filling breaths, inhaling from your nose and exhaling from your mouth. I want you to have a deep inhalation from your nose and exhale from your mouth. And as you exhale, let go of all the thoughts that you're holding, all the anxiety, all the worries, all the stress. And once you finish breathing thrice, switch to normal breathing. And with your eyes closed, if there are any more thoughts bothering you, let them come and go. And now, I want you to visualize with the power of your imagination that as each thought comes, just have a look at it. You can use a television as a metaphor, that you can imagine that these thoughts appear on the television screen and they go away. The second thought appears on the screen and it just blurs away. And you are just watching, reading. There may be images that come and they just go away. And you are just relaxed. Your body is relaxed. You know that there is nothing that you need to do right now. There is nothing as important as getting yourself back to balance. And keep observing the thoughts or the mental images that keep flashing on the screen, one after the other, until you feel that you're done, until you feel that there are no more images or no more information coming at the moment. And that moment, it could be a few seconds, it could be a few minutes. Just relax into that moment. If you drift away to sleep, that's okay. And once you feel that you are relaxed, you feel refreshed, you feel lighter, I want you to slowly wiggle your toes and fingers. Bring yourself back into the room that you are. Bring yourself back completely. And slowly open your eyes. And it will help if you can sip water. So this is just a little practice of detachment. I'm not here for you to agree on what I'm saying, but at the same time, I'm here just to facilitate change for you. And that's my contribution to you. So at any point in time, if you feel fatigue, if you feel you're overdoing it, whether you're a primary caretaker or you have identified yourself as a rescuer or you're just vested in creating that relationship, take a step back. Look at yourself, look at your relationship, look at the other person. And then from that space of detachment, do what's required to do. And I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.
Help Talks are daily health-related talks held at Health Education Library for People, Mumbai, India. For more information visit www.healthlibrary.com. Subscribe to Help Talks channel. Be better informed about your health.